It's like your video cut out, but yeah, man. The fact that all these people are upon the face of the earth is a sign that the Lord is coming to judge this place. Because you have all the souls on the face of this earth. As a matter of fact. Ezra kind of said something like that to the angel, and the angel rebuked him. Yeah, this is Second Ezra chapter 5, verse 43. It says, "So I answered and said, couldst thou not make those that have been made, and be now, and that are for to come, at once, that thou mightest show thy judgments the sooner? Then answered he me and said, the creature may not haste above the maker, neither may the world hold them at once that shall be created therein." Right. So you have all these different souls that have come back. You know, some have fulfilled their course on this side, whether it be brothers or heathens or 2/3. You know, right before the great day comes. But the earth is pretty much filled up right now to the point to where the Lord is going to have to judge this place, man. All right, that all the wicked and the righteous men have come back in their lot. So now the only thing left is for judgment. You know, that's why he's going to come down with great wrath, you know, and the Lord wants him to.
Well, in all previous recessions, once the economy bottomed out and production increased, unemployment decreased. But in the Great Recession, because of new and improved technologies, fewer and fewer workers were required in all sectors. With so many people forced from their jobs, the traditional economic recovery was impossible.
Exactly. By the year 2018, only 15% of the population had jobs. America was divided into two camps: a highly skilled and educated, prosperous elite, and an unemployed, destitute majority. What happened next? Garth?
Well, the people who didn't have jobs were very unhappy, and they started making trouble. Like they'd bomb buildings and have riots and kill people and stuff.
Right. And that was the beginning of what we now know as, class?
The Second American Revolution.
Right. And we'll stop there for today. Harrison, can you stay behind? Your grades are starting to creep up again, Harrison.
I know, I'm sorry. I can't help it. Do you want me to see Dr. Eisenstock again?
I think that would be best.
What is the first article of the new American Constitution?
That all men are not created equal. It's the responsibility of the government to render them so.
Indeed. Well, son, you are one of those men, and for all intents and purposes, I am the government.
And it goes to show you that they pretty much threw out the Declaration, man. You know, they threw out the amendments. All right. That's what he plans to do. He doesn't plan to keep those laws that so-called established America or made America America. You know, what did he say? He said a part of that was that all men are not created equal. Where, you know, I believe you go into the Constitution, it says this, but he plans to get rid of all that. And when this man started to speak out about what was going on, well, that's what's going on right now, man. You know, that people are starting to lose their jobs, and it's going to be, you know, these, of course, it's going to be the average citizen coming against another citizen. But, you know, it's written in the scriptures where it says they're not going to regard their kings nor their princes. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get that. Because that's that ruling class that they were talking about. But the ruling class is setting all this up. Yeah, this is Second Ezra 15-16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." All right. So this is what we're coming into, and this is supposed to be the NWO that E wants to set up, where it's a low population and everybody has the C hip. That's what those little devices are supposed to be on the side of their heads, so that they can receive whatever information that E wants them to receive. All right. This is the gist over all that control that he's done throughout the centuries, man. It's gonna bottle down to just that little micro implant, to where he can send you whatever he wants to send you to make you feel a certain way. As a matter of fact, it's a movie called Spiderhead that kind of went into some of those things that he would be doing. How he was sending chemicals into the people to make them feel a certain way. He basically made a man and a woman fall in love at once, just by shooting a chemical into them, and they end up fucking. That's the type of thing that he wants to be able to do. He wants to be able to control you on all aspects. And he knows that there's a chemical that he can use in each part of your body to make you do a certain thing. All right? And that's why the Most High is coming back to destroy this devil and put him down. Because he thinks he's the Most High. So I'm going to end it off with this Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel chapter 28. Verse I'm gonna start at 1. It says, "The Lord Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus saith the Lord God, because thine heart is lifted up, and now I said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God, and in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of the Most High." And, we know this now to be talking about Esau Edom, man, because he's in that stead. It says, yeah, because instead of the prince of Tyrus, now you have Esau Edom. "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic," which is how Esau has gotten all this, by his wisdom and by his enslaving nations, especially that of the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He has used us for gruesome labor, all right? "Hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore thus saith the Lord God, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee." And we know that those strangers are going to be, of course, Russia, and of course Iran. But hey, the EU is also going to push that button, man. Those 10 horns are going to turn on America. They're going to turn on the state Israel. It says, "The terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness, which is soon to come. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas." And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that lines up with that Isaiah 14, where it says the graves are removed for thee, talking about Babylon. All right, how that Babylon is just going to be a part of those wicked kingdoms that were once up and thriving, and then it failed. How art thou become as weak as we? It says, "Son of man, take up a lamentation upon the king of Tyrus, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord God, Thou sealest up the sum, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of the Most High. Every precious stone was thy covering, the sardius, topaz, the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, and the carbuncle, and gold. The workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou was created." says, Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so, because the Most High set Esau Edom up. Thou wast upon the holy mountain of the Most High, hey, because he took us down. All right, we are Israel. Jerusalem is the Lord's holy mountain. That has walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. Thou was perfect in thy ways from the day that thou was created, till iniquity was found in thee. By the multitude of merchandise, they have filled the midst of thee with violence, and thou hast sinned. Therefore I will cast thee as profane out of the mountain of the Most High, and I will destroy thee, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end this lesson off, man, and that's the future of this place, man. The king of Babylon, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the elites, they're going down, and before they go into slavery, their precious Babylon, America, is going to be destroyed. Homeland security, whatever you wish to call it, it's going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles and by UFO, so-called UFO chariot fire. It's going to be zapped off the face of the earth for all of this madness that you see, man. But with that, gonna end it off and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kakodash, Shalom, and Abba Ball.